Hello, everyone at home watching this on your Wii U gamepad. Today, I'm talking with Taven Webb, a prominent speedrunner in the Super Mario Bros. Community and former world record holder in the any percent category. Thank you for coming out today, Taven.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I just want to let's start off with the easy question. So, where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Nampa, Idaho, lived here all my life.
So, is it like a big town, small town, is it near the city?
For Idaho, it's a pretty big town.
All right, so how did you get into video games as a hobby and then speedrunning?
When I was growing up, I would always just play a lot of online learning games, and I kind of just like the idea of interactivity via just computers and all that. And then when I was like 6 years old, I got my first Game Boy. It was a Game Boy Color, and I just started. I started. That's when I started off playing Mario. I had all the Mario Land games. I had Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, and I loved them, and I've been hooked ever since.
And did you ever get a DS?
I did, yeah.
What was your favorite game on the Game Boy and the DS?
Ooh. For the Game Boy, probably Mario Land 1. I'm super nostalgic for that game. And even though it's, I guess, kind of primitive for a Mario game, it's always been my favorite one. I just love the variety and level designs and different characters. And I'm sad that they never implemented any of the other characters in that game. They had so many good ones. I'm not sure about DS, probably Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart. Mario Kart is goes beyond every generation. Everyone loves Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So what games do you run?
Currently, I'm pretty much just focused on Mario One, but in the past, I've ran. My first speed game wasn't actually Mario One; it was Mario Three, and from there, I was doing the wrong warp category because one of the first videos I ever watched that was speedrunning was it was a GDQ video of Mitch Flower Power doing the wrong warp, and it looked so interesting to me, and I found some pretty cool resources on how to do it, and I started off doing that, and then I branched into Mario One, and those have been my main two. I've done other ones, like I did Mario World for like a couple weeks, and then stopped doing that.
What age would you say that you did your first speed run?
I started speedrunning like a month after I turned 14.
And how old are you now?
I'm 17.
Why did you choose Super Mario Brothers One as like a speed game? What made that game so interesting to you?
The thing that really made speedrunning interesting for me was just because I view it as just like a lot of others, just as an extra challenge. Because you speedrun a game that you were originally really good at, and I always grew up playing Mario. That was like pretty much the only game I'd ever play. So by the time I actually saw speedruns, I was like, oh, I already know all the levels, how to get through them. I know like all the controls and all that. So I just thought it would be something where I didn't have to first just learn the game and then learn the speedrun. It was like, oh, well, I already know the game. I can just learn the speedrun.
And then how'd you get your NES? Was it like a birthday present or was it like handed down to you?
It was actually my parents, and they bought it at a pawn shop. They got the console, all the cords, Mario and Duck Hunt, and like two off-brand controllers. They were so bad they broke in like a week. They got it for like $20, and they didn't even use it that much, and they handed it down to me. I was like, I'm not really familiar with it, but I'll make use of it.
So now I'm gonna talk about your former world record run.
Okay.
All right, so at the start of your 455 run, like you said.
All right, enough joking around. We're gonna make this one a run that gets far.
So did you say this often, or was this the first time you said it?
I said stuff like similar to it in the past. I usually say stuff like that when I'll do it in a joking manner because before that run, I actually still have the original VOD. If I look back, all the attempts before that, they weren't getting anywhere. So I was just in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna get it anyway. I'm just gonna have a fake cocky attitude about it. And
So was it the pipe clip that would always get you with that?
during the stream, it was kind of a mix. My 1-2 clips were actually pretty decent that day. In
Mhm.
terms of Blaze It though, 4-2 Blaze It clip, I was super bad at it that day.
Throughout the run, I heard you keep getting more and more excited And then, so at what point did you realize that you had a great chance at world record?
When I realized that I had a chance at getting record, it was past. It was actually pretty late in the run. It was past the wall jump room in 8-4 because
Okay.
all my attempts that had made it to 8-4, I had gotten maybe 3 or 4 runs. Actually, no, more than that because it was my sixth run to 8-4. So the previous five, they all failed to. Despite one dying to Bowser before him, all of them died to the wall jump room. So
Oh.
until that room got completed, I was like, "There's not a chance."
And then, like, once you finished the run, how would you describe how you felt?
It took a while to register the fact that I actually got it because in my head I knew it was a 455, but to fathom that it was actually the record, something I've been wanting to get since I started, it didn't exactly click into my mind immediately, which is why like looking back in the it's so cringy hearing myself just say,
Yes! World record! World record! World record! That's it. This is the record. We got it. We got the record. It's the record. 455 is done. We did it. We did it. We freaking did it. Oh my god. It's over. It's over. It's the run. We freaking did it. I don't know about how much, but that's the record. That's the world record. This game is done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm freaking done. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I was just saying it mindlessly, and then like maybe 10, 20 seconds passed by, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually it. And then I started to just have a minor freak out. I had to be, if there was no one in the house, I probably would have been super loud, but I had to be quiet because it was like probably like 11 or 12 at night, so I couldn't be too loud.
Like, did you talk about it with your family members the next day?
Yeah, they actually came in. It was like 3 in the morning. I was still, it was actually when I had just gotten the run uploaded, and it was actually submitted that night. And they came in. They actually, I don't know what they were doing that late at night looking at, they were like on Facebook or whatever, and they found someone had already posted an article about it happening because it happened when Cheese actually got the 120 star record. So there was like a whole post on Facebook about it, and then they're like, "Oh, my son actually got the 80% record." They didn't really know what it was, but they just came in and congratulated me anyway. So that was pretty cool.
Did anyone in your town or school like hear about the world record, or like what was their reaction?
There's only one kid. He's actually one of my good buddies at school. He was the one. He's the only one that really took an interest in it when I told him about speedrunning. None of my other friends really seemed to care, nor do they know I even have it because I mean I've had it for nearly 9 months and I've only told the one kid.
Yeah, like there was something about your run that I loved. Like when I watched your run, like the emotion at the end is what really made me like the emotion at the end really made me like feel like how much time you put into it and like just how excited you were, and that's like why I really like that run.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was so draining. I learned a lot about myself during that grind, and the fact that no matter how much I hated it, I'm glad I stuck with it, even though it's not record now, and I'm still trying to get a better record now. So I've learned that just keep pushing through, no matter how much you hate it, because it'll always end good.
So like so you were streaming your run on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
So like how many people were watching?
during the actual run, it was probably my only run out of all the other PBs I've gotten where people were actually chatting, but there was maybe only I'd say about 10. And as the news started circulating, I was still streaming. I hit maybe a max of like 110, but a lot of people would just enter and leave because I don't know. They probably didn't like the camera setup, which I can get
Yeah,
as an
so
outside viewer.
like that was gonna be my next question. Like, how did you set up your camera for the recording and stuff?
Man, the way I set up the camera was such a joke. So first of all, the app I didn't even stream because obviously on Twitch Mobile they have the ability to stream through there. When I tried doing that when I was going for like 457 way back when, it was super laggy and the delay was terrible. So I downloaded an app called IRL TV, and it was the only one I had luck with. Not even Streamlabs would work, but I used that. I would literally just I have like this plastic container that I hold all my controllers on in. I just dump the controllers on the floor, put it upside down, and lean like a plastic cup on one edge, and then lean my phone on another, and it worked perfectly.
And then, like, when you said,
Everyone hop in VC. Everyone hop in VC.
who in your Twitch chat were you talking to? Like, were you just, like, in general, or was it, like, specific people in your Twitch chat? Like, yeah.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember everyone, but I know there was one person. His name was Smith. He was the one saying hop in VC, because at the time, I'm actually still in this group chat on Discord where we were just all VC. Pretty much everyone that was in that server in the stream was just saying hop in VC. So, yeah.
How did you figure out that Kosmic beat your record?
Yes, dude. Yes! I did it! Holy cow! I almost knocked my chair over. But I did it! Holy cow!
I had woken up at because I was getting texts nonstop. I was trying to sleep actually, because he got the record on it was pretty late at night. So by the time the news started circulating and people were texting me, it was maybe 2 a.m, and I woke up, and then I saw the YouTube notification. I was like, "There's no way he got it that good," because his record, it wasn't just a small record. He got a really good 8.4. So I immediately woke up and I got all the text people were saying, and then I actually watched the run. And man, it was crazy to watch.
So, how did you feel when you watched the run?
I was happy for him. I mean, I knew my record was going to be beaten eventually, and I'm glad that it happened. It was a really good record, because for the strats he went for, his 8.4 was nearly perfect. It wasn't exactly perfect, but
where do you think time could be shaved off in 8.4?
The attempts I'm doing now, I've actually had a couple chances at it. I'm trying to. He did one fast acceleration, in the turnaround room. I'm trying to add in, 2 others. One in the first room of 8.4, and then second in the wall jump room. And then, assuming I get a bad wall jump, you can do 2 fast accels in the turnaround to save it. It's super hard, but you can do it, and it ends up saving. All those fast accels combined maybe can save up to, I don't know, 15 frames, maybe more.
15 frames can still be saved? That's crazy.
Actually, 15, no, that's too much. Maybe not 15. I forget how much time a fast accel can save. For example, in the first room, a perfect fast accel can save 6 frames, as opposed to in the wall jump room, a perfect fast accel can only save 2 frames. So maybe, yeah, 15 is a little far stretch. Reasonably, maybe about 7 or 8 frames.
Are you confident that you're gonna at least tie or even beat Kosmic's record?
I'm confident that I mean, with my strats, I hope I won't tie him. My goal is to get a record that the only way you can beat it is by adding in another frame rule. And I'm confident I can do that, because I have had chances, and the times I have messed up, I've realized my mistakes, and I've been practicing it, and I have gotten better. So yeah, I feel like I can do it.
And are you only running Super Mario Brothers 1 right now?
Yeah, I'm hooked on it right now, because my attempts lately, I've only been back. I was doing runs maybe a couple months ago, but it was using a really bad off-brand controller, and it stopped working. So I ordered a couple controllers, and I have one that works beautifully, and I've recently been using it, and almost every stream I've gotten runs to 8.2 and 8.3. So yeah, I'm hooked on it right now.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming to this interview, and you've been great this whole time. You answered all the questions great, and yeah, just thank you so much for just being here for this interview.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
One last thing, you guys can check out Taven Webb's Twitch channel in the description down below. And you can also find a link to his 4:55 run. Let me know if you guys like this new speedrunning content, and that's all for now.